Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. Welcome to the Fly With Us podcast. This podcast is bringing the art of conversation, self love, self care, mental health care and protection, life lessons, love lessons, and everything in between. Today's episode is going to be a part two to what we talked about last week, and we're going to break down this whole Tyler Perry thing, friends or foe. I'm Lady Bounce.
I'm Kryptonite.
All right, so let's just get right into it. Everybody's mad at Tyler. Not everybody. Some people are mad at Tyler Perry. He's opened this studio. But he opened this studio on the backs of playing a loud talking ghetto grandma style female in a dress. And he's made these movies where he's not always painted the most favorable picture of black women or black men for that matter. But he's making moves now. So do the means justify the end result that now we're about to get some quality black movies? Maybe we can stop getting so many slave biopics that are not biopics, but just those movies in general. So do the ends justify the means?
Well, we're going to talk about it in a second. Let me do that mindful meaning thing right there real quick. And then I'm going to get into that with you.
Okay.
All right. So, taking the first step. The future belongs to those who believe in the beauty of their dreams. As human beings, we are deeply irrational, a fact that most philosophers forget. We will destroy our very life support systems, create machine replacements for ourselves, kill our neighbors for a dime, and do almost anything if someone says, "I dare you." This trait of being, to put it kindly, risk-loving is at once horribly destructive but also beautiful and inspiring. It is as though we have been given compensation for our weak, hairless bodies in the form of a highly volatile rocket fuel for the imagination. Whether or not we destroy ourselves in the process is yet to be determined, but it will still be one hell of a ride. If someone gave you a blank check to fulfill your craziest dream, what would you do? Think about this dream of yours for a few minutes this evening. Give this dream more texture, depth, and exactitude. Now imagine if you had to fulfill this dream without any resources or extra time. Can you think of one single solitary step that you could take to make it happen? Resolve to yourself tonight to make that one small step. All right, so let's talk about Mr. Tyler Perry and his dreams and his exactitude and what he did in order to make his dreams come true. So Tyler Perry,
taking a note on what you said. that hit home. But go ahead.
I'm saying, didn't it,
Right,
though?
it did.
So Tyler Perry gets a lot of flack for he don't like women, he don't like black men, he don't like black women. It's always this or that. Okay, why does it always have to be something negative? Why do we always have to look at why does the negative portrayal have to overshadow the positivity that's in the messages of his movies? Because do we see a distraught black female that is going through something in her life? Yes, we do. Mm-hmm. And in the end, what happens? She overcomes.
Yes.
Right. Do we see the black male that's disrespectful and he's going about his own thing, his own way, doing his own thing? Yes, we do. But do we also see a positive black male that comes in and recognizes that black woman that's going through her struggle and has come out on the other side stronger and better, and he appreciates that about her and he wants to have that in his life? Do we see that guy in that movie? Yes, we do.
Yeah, because the phrase "nice guys finish last" is a derivative of such behaviors.
But in the end, okay, we want to say nice guys finish last, but finish last where if you get the grand prize? If the grand prize is the chick that you started out to get in the first place, then how did you finish last? You might not have been her first choice. She might not have jumped on that bandwagon in the beginning, but we all have to go through something in order to appreciate some of the things that's right in front of us. Sometimes you got to get crapped on to appreciate the person that won't crap on you.
Well, yeah, I mean I guess that makes sense. So in the same as which you got to kiss a lot of frogs before you find a prince.
Exactly, you got to do all of that. So now Not trying to dissect his movies and everything, because that's really a whole nother subject.
It is.
Dissection of Tyler Perry's
Maybe we
movies.
should do that. We should like binge watch all his movies.
No, we
and do
should
a show.
not.
Oh my God. Yes, we should.
No, we should not. Listen,
The viewers want to see it. Yes.
I am by no means a Tyler Perry fan. I'm not sitting through Tyler Perry movies and watching them. I'm not doing it.
We'll do it with drinks.
Listen, I like him and what he does as far as, respect for his work. I have great respect for his work.
Right.
But the fact of the matter is, I think the reason that Tyler Perry his movies have been so successful is because of how they resonate in our community. He talks about things that we don't talk about.
Right.
He touches on subjects that we don't touch on in real life. As Black folks, we have this appearance that we want to keep up in front of the world. So we very rarely, if ever, talk about those things that are deep within us, deep within our families, things that have bothered us and caused us problems. We put on this facade to the world, Right. So I believe that his movies touch on things that actually happen, not just in our communities, but within our own families. So his support is not. I mean, you can't deny this man. You see what I'm saying? We can't sit up here and talk. So just because people are vocal about their disdain for him doesn't mean that he's wrong, or doesn't mean that his movies don't hold merit, or that what he's saying, it doesn't hold some element of truth to it. It's all depending upon how it resonates with you and what you're going through in your life, and B, really how you take it once you receive the information.
So I'll say this: I'm excited for his studio for a couple of reasons, but one is I will admit, a complete vain reason. He's a terrible actor. When he's not being Madea, he is a terrible actor. I don't want you on this side of the camera. I want you over here. You do better at the table.
You're not right.
With the scripts and the editing and the putting the people in places.
I will say that because I didn't like him as Madea either. To be honest with you, I didn't care for him as Madea because he was a man in a dress. Right. But that was just
and
me.
Why couldn't you find a woman?
But I honestly believe he couldn't find a woman to portray that because there was no woman that could portray it. He knows those characters. Right. He based those characters
his auntie and them.
Right, off people that he knew.
Right.
So there couldn't be anybody that could play those characters as well as he knew them. You know what I mean?
Right. I mean, and that makes sense. That it makes perfect sense.
Yeah, but that don't mean I thought he was great at it. It just meant that really couldn't nobody else do it.
Right. Because I mean, there were people who have met, who met our grandmother, who would say she was very Madea-esque. She was not to the degree that Madea was. However, you knew exactly how she felt at any given moment, and she didn't care if you knew.
Yeah, she told plenty of people plenty of times how she'd kick their ass.
Right.
So that is.
Yeah.
But
but the Madea character itself, like you say, only he knows it to that degree in which he
could play it and pull it off. Obviously,
yeah,
he obviously pulled it off
in a very lucrative way. But now that he has this studio, I'm hoping that he takes this platform he has and he uses it wisely.
Look, there's no doubt about that. We're not even going to suspect that he won't. Look, I'm going to tell it to you like this. Regardless of which way he goes with this, it's a win-win for him.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because I have no doubt in my mind.
Even if the movie sucks, he's still gonna.
Well, not just that. I have no doubt in my mind that we're going to see more quality Black films with more quality Black actors. There's going to be an uprise of Black films,
right?
And quality Black films at that. Films that we actually want, not no slave films. You know what I'm saying?
I'm tired of
nothing
that.
Like that. But quality Black films that we're actually going to want to spend money to go see. There's going to be that. That's A. B. Regardless of what type of film is being made, if it's being made in his studio, hot damn, man.
Right.
Hot damn.
No, and I absolutely agree with that. I think, and even a lot of people didn't know that the movie Black Panther was shot at his studios.
did not know that. I did not know that.
Right, because it's he just now had the grand opening gala for his studio, but obviously
which is so freaking awesome that he has had this studio for so long and nobody freaking knew.
Oh yeah,
and he just decided
kept it low.
to do like some type of grand opening once he had the real finances to be like, hey, this is me, and to really tell the world that this is what I accomplished. Hot damn, man. Chess move. So all day, chess move.
And a side note to even all of that, can I just I want to be Oprah's friend, because I will say Oprah makes sure her friends get on.
You can't be no punk though.
No, you can't be no punk. But the reason why we even know who Tyler Perry is because she took a chance on this nobody guy.
Hey, but let's face it, when Oprah take a chance on you, you can't get no better than that.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
yeah, like for real.
I just want to be friends. Can we be friends? I mean, look at Gail.
I'm not sure that there's anything that I have that Oprah will be interested in.
That's okay.
You know what I'm saying? Nothing that she would support. Like the most I could get is for her to come to maybe a stand-up comedy show if I ever decided to do one day.
She might pluck you out of obscurity and you will be the next
She might buy me a whole entire comedy club.
Man, listen.
Look, I got my Bill Cosby on.
Right. Then you'll be at the table with Tyler Perry helping to work on the scripts for his comedic move. I'm just saying. Shout out to being Oprah's friend.
Look, Tyler Perry has made a revolutionary move. Yes. But is it though? Is it also revolutionary? And I ask this because Tyler Perry is in the news and it's on the media, and we know that he is this black man with the studio. But did you know that there was another black man that had a studio way before Tyler Perry?
Shut the front
More
door.
than 20 years. Is it 20 years? It's more than about 20 plus years.
Yeah, 20 plus years. Yes.
Mr. Tim Reed. Now, a lot of you may not know who Tim Reed is. I will tell you.
He was the black guy on WKRP
on
Cincinnati.
And he was the father on Sister. Okay. And he's also the husband of the fabulous Daphne Maxwell Reid. And I know you all have heard of her. She has done a whole lot more than just be the second wife of Uncle Phil on Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. She has accomplished way more than that. But I apologize because I do not have her credentials sitting right in front of me. But we will not minimize her to just that role. She has done a whole lot more than that. And she was fantastic at it. She was the first black... There was something she was the first black woman to do, but shut my mouth because I don't remember what it was, but I know it was her.
Well, you keep talking, I'm going to find it.
You go ahead. All right. So now we're going to talk a little bit about Tim Reed. If you don't know who Tim Reed is, okay, we already talked about some of the things that he did as far as an actor, being the black guy on WKRP in Cincinnati, and only you old heads would know what I'm talking about. If you are a millennial, you have no idea what WKRP in Cincinnati is. And you only know about Sister if you've been watching syndicated television. So there that is. But Mr. Tim Reed is the owner of New Millennium Studios. They have produced such movies such as Deadly Affair, Church Folk, When We Were Colored, and Frank's Place. Frank's Place was a sitcom that was on CBS. It was only on CBS for 1 year. Now, this sitcom in 1987 won Television Critics Association Awards for Outstanding Comedy Series. There was one episode in particular that won an Emmy Award for Best Writing on a Comedy Series and Outstanding Guest Performance. That episode was called The Bridge. And Tim Reed won the NAACP Image Award for co-executive producer. But again, we go back to the fact it only ran for one season. Now that brings me full circle to last week's podcast about Byron Allen and why he is going to Supreme Court with Comcast and Charter cable companies. Because here we have a sitcom that obviously did well for a season. It won 3 different awards, and it won 3 different awards off of just one particular episode. So why was that series why did it only show for 1 year? Why was it not picked up again? So that brings us to us taking a seat at the table where Comcast and Charter are saying, no, we are basing our decision off of the quality of programming that people want to see. Here we are. We obviously have a good quality program from a black man that owns a black studio, but you don't pick up his sitcom for another year. For what reason? Obviously people wanted to see it. So what was your reason for not picking up that man's sitcom? Like what was the issue for that? Like why?
Well, the major issue is like anything else. Positive
no, it's not. It's
of
not.
Us
well, see, that's the point. It's not anything
marketable.
Yeah, but it is marketable.
Circles.
But it is marketable. And that's not true. It is marketable, and it can be marketable in other circles. But you don't want it to be the powers that be.
You don't want it to be.
They don't want that positivity to be exacted amount or to be spread out amongst the public, and for people to see black people in a different light, a more positive light, other than what they've already portrayed us to be.
But think about it this way: for the powers that be, it is not advantageous to them and to their agenda to show us being anything other than what the masses think we are.
Well, and that's true.
There's nothing more dangerous than a free-thinking, educated, positive African American. And we can't have y'all running around willy-nilly
thinking y'all can own studios and make movies.
Thank you, ma'am.
Right.
So then the question becomes, in the same situation as Byron Allen, with those 8 Black Caucus members who side with us, ride with us, versus the other 47 who are silent.
Right. And
that look like you, that look like me.
Which
and
brings
they won't
me to
sign.
Because there is a whole I have to find this. I really do have to find this because there is a whole I don't even know how to put it. I can't. I'm just gonna work on it, and then I'm not gonna put it out there. But there is like a whole like generation of Uncle Tom type individuals that really have been like working on the inside of the black community to really keep black communities at a standstill. Now they're prominent and they're prosperous and they're doing their thing. And God, I wish I need to be able to go because it was a documentary.
Okay.
And I wish I knew what the name of it was so that I could go to it, so that I could pull it up, so I could show proof that there was a documentary of black folks that were basically saying like, yeah, we are in these elite positions because basically since the ending of slavery, we were groomed. You know, kind of like how you have the 1% that have always had money. Right. Well, these people have always had this privilege and have been in positions that they were in for the specific purpose of looking like us and keeping us held back. And I've really got to do my homework and I really got to dig this up.
You got to bring that.
I got to because I know that is a hell of an accusation to make. Yeah. So I really got to bring my proof with that. But I'm going to do what I can to try and find that piece of footage because that was a documentary and it straight floored me. I was like, what? I was wowed by that one. So I got to find that one.
Okay, so Daphne Maxwell Reid, we already talked about her being, of course, on Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. She played the mother of Eve's fiance or Shelly's fiance on the sitcom Eve. Lots of movies, lots of TV shows.
Stuff. Yeah,
lots of movies, lots of TV shows. She was a featured model in the Whispers video for It's a Love Thing, and that's the joint. It's a love thing.
Okay, stop it. You aging us.
I'm sorry. And then she owned and operated New Millennium Studios in Petersburg, Virginia until 2014. She has also served on the board of visitors at Virginia State University for 8 years. She was appointed in July 2008. In July of 2010, she became an honorary member of Delta Sigma Theta during their 50th National Convention in New Orleans. She is a mother. She sits on the board of the University of Virginia, Power Moves.
Okay.
And she's his wife. So, yeah. So she's done a thing.
She's done some things.
She's done some things.
Okay. So now we're looking at we're all gung ho and we're all happy about Tyler Perry, as we should be.
Yes.
Excuse me, we should be. But what we don't know, we know about Tyler Perry because we have this whole new era of information that we can get information. You know, somebody driving down the street, all they got to do is take a picture of the highway sign that says Tyler Perry Studios. You know what I'm saying? Tim Reed didn't have that. There was no sign that said "Welcome to New Millennium" or Tim Reed Studios. We didn't have internet back in 1987, where we could find out different things about ourselves and what we were doing for ourselves in our community, in our lives, and it was things to help.
Back then, it was easier to hide the information. Well, see, now with the invention of the internet and social media and things moving at the speed of light, you can't hide this from us anymore.
Right. It can't. Exactly. It can't be hidden. So now like, you know, and we're all happy about it. But we got so many people thinking, oh, he's the first. No, you know,
he's not the first.
He's not the first. But he might do. I don't know how if he's done it bigger. I'm guessing he did it bigger.
Yes,
because I don't know how big New Millennium Studios.
Well, I know that he has his own Walk of Fame attributed to famous African Americans.
I've seen that
in film, music, and television. So our icons that have not been deemed worthy to be on the Hollywood Walk of Fame are on his Walk of Fame. And I almost wonder, does that have more prestige than being on their Walk of Fame anyway? You know what I mean? Because it is something about being recognized by your own, because so many times we're not recognized by our own.
Or recognized in a negative way. Like, we gotta stop doing that to ourselves. We gotta stop, despite someone's level of success. Why can't we just be happy that somebody was successful?
Because it wasn't me.
But it wasn't me. Get over that. Then
it wasn't my idea.
What does it say right here? What's it say? Taking the first step. Well, then take the first step and do what you need to do to be that person that somebody else is talking about. Like, seriously, like, we really gotta stop doing it. Like, I saw somebody I was reading where it was about the Byron Allen story when he was talking about the Civil Rights Act of 1866, and somebody had made a comment, oh, well, we still ain't sticking together, that's why we can't do, you know, you the reason why we can't do nothing, because people like you that say stuff like that, well, we still can't get it together, no, you won't allow us to, because you keep talking like that. That's your mindset.
If you put your energy
spew
in
that, you spew that and you say that, and then you hate on everything that we do, yet you supposed to be pro-black, but yet everything that come out your mouth is condescending and hater type. So, like, who even wants you around? Like, just go away then. If that's how you feel, then just don't say nothing and fade away.
I like it.
Like, seriously.
And even side note to go with that, you can be pro-black without being anti-white. Just because you are pro-black and you down for your people, you down for the cause, it does not automatically mean that you have to hate white people or anything that isn't black.
Or say anything negative about anybody else.
Right. You don't have to do that.
Just uplift us. And why even make the comparison? Because we already know how that story goes. You know what I'm saying? They've had head starts, you know what I'm saying? They already got the privilege, so we don't even really need to go.
We don't need to mention them, to be great. Like, I don't have to say, "Oh, I'm a great teacher," and that teacher down the hall sucks. Or as in comparison to Lily Whitehead, who won last year's award.
I might be up next. You know what I'm saying? Who cares?
Who cares?
Yeah, who cares?
And what I say, I'm always too busy walking, running full speed ahead with blue blockers on into my own greatness that I deflect all
haters and naysayers.
Yeah, I don't have time. I don't got time to listen to that.
And nobody else should either. Like, why are you spending so much time being negative? What is your point? Why?
Yeah,
why
I don't
look at a Tyler Perry situation or look at a Tyler Perry movie and spend all your time speaking on the negative versus just that brother made it. That's what's up. Not necessarily my cup of tea, but
however,
I ain't mad at him for doing what he do.
Right.
Because quite frankly, it's really not my cup of tea. But man, go ahead, my brother, do that, right? Do that. Because who knows? You know what I'm saying? Maybe one day Tyler might see me, hear me, and just be like,
man,
look,
listen,
you can't even act, but I'm gonna sit you as an extra. Hey, so before, and I also want to touch on the fact that also Tyler Perry is he is hold on, let me find it. Okay, he is heading up a BET streaming service.
Yes.
So that is a black owned, black operated. Well, I don't know about black owned, black operated for sure. Black operated. But now if you want to get to black owned, then let's talk about Quality TV.
Yes.
Quality TV is in fact a black owned streaming service. So it's black owned, black operated. You can upload videos, you can see videos.
Yes.
And it is a app that you can get on your iPhone, on your Android. So, and it's like $5.99 a month. So it costs the same as Hulu.
Right. And for $40 you can get a whole year.
Oh, yeah, 50. It's $49.99. $49.99. Yeah, you can get a whole. You can go get a whole year,
which is cheaper than doing a monthly.
Like by $10.
By $10.
Yeah. So just know that we are out there and we are coming up and we are getting in. We are taking a seat at the table. You know what I'm saying? And hey, gangsters move in silence, so let's do it quietly. We don't have to make a whole lot of noise. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's go ahead and make those moves, and let's not tell nobody until after the move is made, where can't nobody stop you from doing what you're trying to do. Yeah, now you can't take nothing from me because I already got it. Now you can't stop me because I've already done it. You know?
Right. So
I'm down with that. And I'm just down with the whole thing. I'm just enjoying everything that's happening right now with this whole Byron Allen and Tyler Perry and the quality TV services, you know, because we need our own platform in every aspect, on every genre, you know what I'm saying? So it's good that we're making these chess moves to get ourselves put in better positions that we can do more things for one another in different aspects of whatever entertainment or, you know, whatever we're doing. You know what I'm saying?
So let me do the self-care assignment first. And I got the brain science always. But the self-care assignment goes right in along with that. One of the things that Tyler Perry said is when he was getting this started, he said, you know, the naysayer said this and they said that. And he said nothing that the naysayer said could have been worse than what I said to myself about why I should do this and how I should do it. So if you are having self-criticism, this is how you disarm it. All right. So perhaps you have some persistent self-criticisms. During your meditation, see that trait that bothers you depends on other traits, which in turn are affected by conditions outside of themselves. So turn your attention from only seeing the flaws in you to seeing the entire system that supports it. Then you may be able to more effectively address the perceived problem. So when you start being self-critical or self-deprecating, that arises because something else is bothering you. So fix what's really bothering you and stop being so hard on yourself, because really it ain't that bad. You are your own worst critic.
And I say that too. Like, are we, like black people, are we predispositioned to self-sabotage? Because your own worst critic is yourself. You really, when you think about everything that you have done or anything that you have not done, really the only reason that you haven't done it, or the only person really stopping you from doing it, is yourself. Even if you've tried and it wasn't successful, the only person that can stop you from ever trying it or doing it again would be yourself. I like you know what I'm saying? Unless you got to take somebody to court and win your rights like Byron Allen.
Boom. I like that. All right. So last week's episode, we talked about the 3 levels of racism, and I misspoke and said 4, but it was really only 3. So today, the follow-up piece to that, there's a gardener. Did you know this?
No.
That cultivates the 3 levels of racism. So if you think about it as a garden, it has to be fed. It has to be watered. It has to have sun. It has to be tended to.
I'm trying to roll with you, okay?
Hold on. It has to be tended to in order for it to keep going.
I got you.
Which is how it spreads.
Okay.
All right. So
I can. Yep. All right.
All right. So the most important question raised: who is the gardener? After all, the gardener is the one with the power to decide, the power to act, and the power to control the resources.
Every legal system.
So in the United States, the gardener is in fact our government. As the analogy illustrates, there's a particular danger when this gardener is not concerned with equity. The current initiatives to eliminate racial and ethnic disparities in our world is to be lauded as the first explicit commitment by the government to achieve equity in health outcomes. So as long as they can control the machine, they control everything that happens.
No doubt. Yeah.
No doubt.
So once we take control of the machine,
control the machine, control your destiny, control your thoughts and your self-criticism. Mm-hmm. So as we wrap this up with the bow.
Bow it up.
Bow it up.
Box.
So you control what you can control. You have a hand in what you can, and everything else, leave it alone until it's time. It might not be up to you to fix that part.
Exactly. And that part might fix itself in time.
Boom.
Yeah.
So with that being said, you can find us on YouTube, SoundCloud, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and email us at flywithusla@gmail.com. I'm Lady Bounce.
I'm Kryptonite.
And we out.